Okay. So, it's actually the next day. Which actually next night. So this is probably my big recording session for the night. Is for trying to finish this game. So we're gonna port 19. And yeah, here we go. We're gonna try to see if we can beat this game now. Alright. Last time, I'm already remembering that I did not unlock a single new outfit in the entire game. The game was too damn short. Like, you know what, hold on. Let me see if I can fix this. There we go. Alright, I think I fixed it. Okay. So we got a deadly premonition up in here. I like how I have full control over like all my stuff. So is there a fourth enemy in here, or are we still just with 3 enemies that all suck ass? Basically, or are we just going to the dungeon? Also, do not make this a house. This better be the cold storage. Do not make this a house. Okay, yeah. Oh, holy shit. You look awesome. You're not a shadow. No. No. Okay. I'm guessing the house is supposed to be a symbolism. Sure, but no. Okay. The other one. Actually, no, I think you look more realistic too here. I don't think I'm seeing things here. I think you just look far more realistic. Like, I think. Maybe they've been realistic in this world already, but I don't know.
Are you in pain?
It's just, ow.
You're
Oh, he's still alive? Oops. That explains the problem. Alright. There's your problem. Enemy's still alive. Alright, well. This level's already being a little bit more hazardous than most. I'm saying it still shouldn't have by much though. Enemies still have the same amount of health. So I'm being a little careless. Survive that, asshole. Alright. Too many items. I'm already overflowed. So I just get what I get now. I just get what I have. I just think I'm already overflowed, right? I'll take 1 first aid small. I'll give me 1 item space.
Curse.
No. I think that's silly. Okay, well I got my first aid kit small back. Good. Basically we got this has been like if you came in here with nothing, which might have almost been better. Like if you brought nothing with you here. This would be actually hard, but I brought a standard medium set of items and then, you know. Also relatively powerful because I've been kind of building up my shit the whole game. You know, like you would typically when you have the option to build up your shit. It's like, I'm not gonna take the opportunity to just not build up my shit. And I get it. You wanna make the game balanced. Technically, I'm sorry. I know there's a situation where you don't want to make your game an arms race. Where it's like suddenly it's like, oh, this is better than this, and then so you gotta get this to be better than that. It's like, yeah, I get that. Because I was actually reading that in like a Game Maker book one time. So it's like talking about arms race. It's like you don't want the that's weird. Makes no sense. Anyway. Okay. It is basically by the bullet. It doesn't. It's not by the load. Okay. Weird. Ow. Smart. I wasn't expecting it. No. Anyway. It's like you. Just like part of me's like. And also, technically, the video that Aaron made, Sequelitis, also technically slightly touches on this. In Castlevania 3, or not 2, you're getting stronger, but the game overall does not get harder. The game gets harder, the items get better, and so therefore difficulty and skill are kind of at the same level throughout the entirety of the game. Moderately challenging, but overall, like, you can handle it as long as you keep your gear up. Don't keep your gear up, you're in trouble. Keep your gear up, so you should be fine. You know, difficulty in the game will relatively be the same. I mean, that could be said about any RPG, to be fair. That's the kicker. Any and every RPG that actually is, like, has RPG mechanics. The more you get the upgrades, the easier the game becomes. And then making your game harder to make it to where the player has to get the upgrades kind of becomes slightly arms race per se. You gotta get the better stuff because the game is gonna be throwing the better stuff back at you. And stuff of that nature. And I mean, there's a couple ways to go about that. One, I think the first game did it better. Where it just, the random equipment you picked up had its own stats. Like the crowbar was powerful. Like it basically had like the 3 or 5 ranks of damage, but like had like 3 to 5. Oh, scream too, lady. Another one like that. That was a rude trap. Okay. I get the game props for that trap immediately. It's like the smooth, rude trap. Alright. But before I enter here, I'm actually going to finish the sentence. Basically. Like, if you're going to have, like, an arms... Like, basically, I think that game did it better, where, like, the equipment is there. It has its rank and damage. Each one has its pluses and minuses. Like the ones that are weaker were obviously faster. And the ones that are more powerful are obviously that. And then just basically better or worse versions of each. I mean, technically I'll probably have at least something similar to that where like the heavy hard hitter weapons. But I am actually making an RPG, so you just need to keep upgrading your stuff, obviously. That's just how it works. But, like, my thing is, this game feels like it was either made for a gun with this power, because regardless, like, if I basically try to kill everything with this power, it would be hard, but it would be super doable. Because everything's basically having maybe like either 100 health or a couple hundred health. Like the only things that gave me problems in this game were the alligator. Were like the army of like super strong alligators at that one spot really close to the end. That's the hardest segment of the game. Like no joke. I fucking almost died because of that shit. Because it was infinitely spawning. I was like, oh shit. But like no other spot really besides like the nighttime segments. Even then, those were like when we introduced the zombies, they were like, oh, this is what we're dealing with? These are kind of a joke. Whatever. Anyway, but this game has not increased in difficulty whatsoever, while also giving us the ability to power up. So it's kind of made its own self a joke. And this game is just way shorter than the other one, and I literally hate going to the same dungeon multiple times in the game. I'm sorry. Like, if you're going to have me go through dungeons, I don't care. Fucking do something. Just change the scenery. I mean, we could have had the possessed storage warehouse. The first game had like 9, 10 different possessed places. The possessed woods, the possessed house, I think the possessed museum, the possessed wood shop. There's so many different places. It's like, I'm sorry, we could do a lot better than this shit. I was having fun with this game, but there's no reason to do anything but the main story. I'm sorry, I don't care, because I already feel like a badass and I'm not even at max strength. And I'm about to beat the game because the game was so short. Only 3 dungeons? I'm not going to count the forest. I'm not going to count the maze. Okay, I'll count the maze. I'll count the maze. I'm not going to count the cabin. But I will count the maze to the boathouse. Well, at least this is like the right building. It's like the very next room. Oh gosh. Am I just supposed to find the portal? I guess I don't really need to find the other thing. Yeah, I guess not. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and use another first aid small. Anything taken out my inventory that's useless? Nah, I'm keeping all that. I don't care. Still taking out my inventory. I don't care. I might need them. Alright, well. So here's the first step into this process. Final battle. Alright, well, let's go. Act 2. Same shit. It's like... Oh, the hospital. The possessed hospital is a really good puzzle. Like, it's basically the same location, but, like, the freaking things, like, gotten away. So you had to go through the building in a specific way. It was very linear. But it was very dungeony. Basically. It was very much like a dungeon each time. Like... You know what? Only reason I'm even looking through all the rooms, to be fair. And seeing what's in them. It's just to map out the place. Like, I don't even care. It's just mapping out the place for when I actually want to use these levels for my own self. If I actually want to follow anything with this. It's probably not even important because I mean I have my own maps. And such. I might actually add more. I got the D&D maps I'll be using, and on top of that I'll probably add more maps or just make up my own rooms. So, like how I try to throw one type of puzzle. You literally try to throw like one of two. Like, what am I supposed to be doing here? Is there even? Oh. Let's see. I'm just getting the items. Okay. Alright. At this point, I kind of just wish I could collect them all. And things actually hurt me enough to make me use them. No. Welcome back.
I'm annoying you.
Let's see. I'm Francis Zach Morgan going to the final dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was somebody outside going around with pots, and I was like, what the fuck?
That's weird. Shit.
They did it as soon as I was trying to see auras, too. And it looked like they were going to come my way, but as soon as I started staring at them, they went a different way. Oh, episode 3!
Awesome. Or medium. There we go. Cool. I'm ready to continue onward. Who else is here? You guys? Okay.
I love Hella Boss.
Void.
Well, is that an enemy?
That's an enemy. It's like a succubus shadow or something.
It doesn't look as good as it did in the first game. It's not even creepy.
No, it's not even trying. It's just red everywhere. You wanna know what's worse? You see the fact that what type of locale do you think I'm in right now?
What do you mean?
Where does it look like I'm at right now?
A building, that's all I know.
Okay, what type of building? You have to make a guess of what type of building this was. What type
A
of
house?
Yeah, we're in a house. That's what this looks like, right?
Yeah.
We're in a cold storage facility.
What?
They use the same thing for all 3 of these dungeons. And you heard my number, right? 3.
What the fuck is wrong with the people that made this game?
I'm
That's an ass.
That's an ass. It's a nice ass. Too bad I had to shoot it.
No!
No.
No! Like, the zombies look stupid! Wait, actually, hang on. Are they like voodoo things? Because if they're voodoo things, I don't want to say that.
A weird party clown. It's like Scissor Clown. That's what this guy looks like.
Okay, yep, nope. Damn, fuck my leg. Y'all downgraded, huh? How much was this fucking game?
We paid 50.
$50 for this game. How much did you pay for the first one?
I don't know. It's probably 60 when it came out.
The zombies look just no.
Like, okay, I was going to basically be kind of nice on this game. Because even though, like, I could immediately see that, like, at the gate, the town was way smaller. Out of the gate. I'm like, huh. Like, I want to be nice with this game. Also, I'm not even, like, max power. I'm at only, like, 2 arrows.
Like, I'm sorry, if they use the same fucking background for 3 fucking dungeons, that's lazy as fuck. Especially when the dungeons kept on changing in the first one.
Oh, yeah, I was bringing that up myself. It's like, there's like 8 or 9 dungeons in the first one, too. And they were all basically based off the same location, except creepier. And you had to go through it.
And the zombies don't even look creepy, they just look stupid. Like, it's nothing to creep you out.
I mean, I get going with the cheese, but, like...
Going with the cheese, what?
Like being cheesy. Like, being cheesy and, like, campy. Okay, just, like...
No!
Like, just
Don't take a horror game and make it cheesy and fucking campy.
I mean, the first game could already look cheesy and campy in its own right, even when it was trying to be creepy. And it's like, people kind of made fun of it. It's like, okay, the plot made barely any sense, even though it kind of does, but there's a whole bunch going with it. But then the sequel kind of happens, and like
this game looks stupid.
Like, I was having fun with the controls. There's like quality of life improvements with certain parts of this game, like being able to kind of move while you're shooting. That's cool, because I think in the other game you basically stood still.
They just took zombies and made them sexy.
Well, I mean, this is the 3rd zombie type, but... Yeah.
Well, in a sense.
I mean, succubuses. I mean, succubus monsters...
No! If you want a succubus, make it a succubus, not a fucking weird-ass zombie thing.
If you want to go silly, make it Castlevania. I mean, that's one option. Like Voodoo Castlevania or whatever the fuck. I mean, there's a lot of voodoo stuff in this game. I mean, there's dolls and everything else everywhere. So
That don't even look like voodoo shit.
I don't know what the fuck any of this shit is. There's also a guy with cough on back. That's all 3 enemy types. You've seen them all. We had girl, we had scissors,
stupid.
we had curse girl, we had scissor man, scissor clown, and we had guy with with like furniture on his back.
Can I just say that's stupid?
It's like I want to be nice on this game, like the whole
I
time.
don't want to be fucking nice on it.
Well,
Why fucking?
well, I'm at the end of the game now. I'm not going to be as nice anymore. I was being nice at first.
I ain't being nice fucking first to fucking shit.
I will be nice at first with games, regardless, because they could sometimes games start out poorly, but then actually get real good. You just gotta give them a chance. If you just like go through the first few minutes of certain games, I mean, yes, they need to catch you at the beginning sometimes, but at the same time, there's moments where it's like, okay, well, maybe they can't immediately hook you because either they're trying to establish something or other things that might be going on. You know, there's no guarantee that it's guaranteed to like hook you right at the beginning. Depending. Because I mean, give the people making the game the liberty to actually make the game, in a sense, have the pace that they want. You know. You know, pace is a thing that's, you know, different for every story, every movie, every game. So, if the pacing's bad at the beginning, you know, that's not guaranteed that the game itself is going to be bad all around. But we're at the end of the game here, and this game has disappointed. Like, I'm being mostly careless, and I'm still nowhere close to dying. I have way too many heal items to die.
I'm sorry.
Also, my gun is, again, not that maxed out. I'm killing these ladies in 2 shots.
That's also stupid because fucking with Deadly Premonition, you had the fucking wall fucking thing, and you had way more enemies.
For a while, I don't think there's like for like the longest time in that game though. I would say that you only had like the one enemy type for like the longest time, the zombie people. But at the same time, they pulled out different tricks as the game went on. Like middle of the game, they pulled out guns, fucking guns on you. Like after the second dungeon, I think like the end of the second dungeon, they pull out guns and that fucking shit wrecks you bad. Like this enemy just dropped on me. I took only that much health, like 75 health. Oh, whoopie-doo. Or maybe only 50 health. I think I took 50 health. Whoop-de-doo, I have 500 health because I upgraded my health. Even if I had 300 health, that still wouldn't even be that much. Like as you start off the game with 300 health, I took maybe 50 damage right there from a sneak attack.
It's stupid. I'm sorry.
Freaking the first one had bits where, I mean, yes, there's the dumb bits with the. There are at least this game doesn't have the quick time events, but like the first one did. I think there's like some quick time event moments, but because quick time events are dumb. I mean, just in general, quick time events.
Ooh, hang on, I want some crystals.
Okay, but yeah, quick time events are not, you know, good game design. They basically, quick time events are basically like, try to play this movie for a second. We want to show this really epic scene, but this really epic scene we can't program this really epic scene to be played, which would be a way better way to do it. This is they find a way to make you play the really epic scene without, you know what I mean, right? I think, like, A quick time event is when you basically just only have the player. You have to have the player do a certain thing a certain way. If they fuck up, then they game over. Just instantly, usually. That happened a lot in Deadly Premonition 1, right? You did the running scenes or the freaking quick time battles with the Axeman like 20 times.
Okay, now I do admit the quick times were kind of annoying.
You died and you had to restart either the quick time event or like a little bit before that. Kind of forgot where I was going in the dungeon. Oh well, I mean, I'll figure it out. Oh, right here's where I need to go. The only thing that makes these enemies annoying or dangerous is the fact they could paralyze me. That's it. Like, beyond being paralyzed, for a first enemy having paralyzed, yeah, but at the same time, look how much shit I just got dropped from these enemies. I got like 5 med kits just out of nowhere. It's like, they give you way too much. This game's too easy. Like, this game is not a horror game at all, well, for one. And two, not even that, it's not even a hard game. It's not even a difficult game in the slightest, because it's like, I'm like in-game here, this game should be hard. And there wasn't even a difficulty option, which I hate difficulty options anyway. But, like, this feels like this would be an easy mode, for lack of a better term. Even though this game has no difficulty level. It's kind of like the exact opposite of what to do. It's like, okay, we didn't put a difficulty level, but then we also forgot to make the game harder as you progress. And also the game only has 3 levels. Plus the town that you go through like 1,000 times. Oh shit. Okay, this is annoying. Oh good. If I get paralyzed again, I am fucked. Get my way. I can get out of the way so that way I can actually fight off my foes. There you are. Real summon tentacles. Alright, anyway. I have a bunch of first aid kits small. Let's get rid of them. Anyway. I also have a technique that I never use because it's barely useless. Oh, wow, look at all these explosives. This guy is immune to explosives for some reason. I also got $12,000, so I've never needed money in this game either. Like, this is kind of terribly programmed. I'm sorry. I have way too much cash. I don't know where I can see my cash, really. Status? Okay, status. I have $12,000. I have no idea what to do with that money. I have freaking...
That's why I said you could shoot people.
You could. You could be the worst FBI agent ever and it wouldn't matter. I got S ranks all the entire game. I didn't even try. Like, the only way, like the only so-called trying I did is I just tried to upgrade my equipment. That's it.
I want some mystery witchy shit.
Witchy shit loot box.
I don't mind it. I'm gonna fucking buy some of that. I need to get more shit anyway. Like, I mean, I don't technically have a certain place for me to perform anything.
Oh shit.
I just kind of have a place for my deities.
Right.
And then even if I was to have candles for a certain person, I wouldn't even know where to put it at this point.
There's something in this room. What do you say?
Unless
some puzzle pieces.
he sat right beside of them, the two that I have on one thing on the one dresser.
Find clues related to Avery. Okay, how does profiling start? I'm gonna save first. I was looking at the save feature.
Did you fill up my water bottle?
No, because the water needed to be filtered. I gave you the last of the water when I did the...
What the fuck?
An artificial heart-lung machine. And this tank's filled with some sort of liquid. If it isn't frozen at this temperature, it must be a non-freezing liquid. What was he using this for? It couldn't be cryonics. Did he replace Lisa's bodily fluids with this stuff? That's absolutely insane.
That's weird. What the heck's wrong with you, sir? Gosh. Think, sir, are you trying to become a Titan from Arkham Asylum? I feel like you're trying to become a Titan from Arkham Asylum.
Die.
I think we found the Titan drug from Arkham Asylum. Awesome. Arkham City. That's surprisingly how I feel right now. Look at this.
Lise Clarkson, the first victim of the Lucari case. I never thought she'd remain trapped in ice for 14 whole years. Hey, York.
Hey, York. So now he's trying to talk to York.
Why didn't we work harder to find her? I regret it from the bottom of my heart now.
Well, the whole area was kind of sealed off to us.
Lisa, this juice came from that powder. Yup.
Oh gosh.
Gave me strength.
He injected freaking liquid red seeds
Yup.
into his body.
So
Oh
Lisa,
god.
stay pretty.
Because I think that's what this shit is right here. I think this is liquid red seeds. Liquefied red powder, or red powder made out of red seeds.
So it really was you, Avery. I finally found the 10-foot-tall giant. Lena once said that the red soul could enhance people's unique characteristics.
Gosh, look at how fucked up he is.
In your case, it must have enhanced your physical characteristics. Personally, though, I don't think enhance is the right word here.
No.
This is simply a physical mutation caused by a drug overdose.
Pretty much.
Lisa, so pretty. I'll protect you forever. Yup. Lisa smiled. She's smiling at me. Yup. Lisa's smiling. She's smiling. No one ever comes here. Yup. I can hide least here. This is for your sake, Lise. So I can protect you. Yup.
Profile complete. How am I getting paid for this?
Avery trapped Lise here in that massive block of ice. He made his own personal altar that no one would ever find. And that liquid must be the solution that Saint Rouge is made from.
Oh god.
To keep her body from decomposing.
Felt like I just moved everything.
Oh, red seeds. I knew it, York. Our battle began the moment we first visited this town. A trail of seeds.
Well, looks like our dungeon continues that way. Follow the red seeds and find Avery.
What are these huge crab legs doing here? Or are they shrimp legs? Not that it matters. We need to find Patricia. One of the key ingredients to Cajun cuisine. Utterly wasted. I should have taken a couple of boxes home with me when I first came here. Were these frozen oysters? Hard to tell now. After the hurricane, no one entered this warehouse for a long time. The Holy Trinity paste. Somehow this lone box is completely undamaged. Is there divine power at play here? Somehow I doubt it. I've had enough of those fairy tales. The seeds lead this way. This is where the final secret is hidden. Yeah, I know York. Aaliyah and Simon would never be able to reach the other world through their mundane investigation. That's why we need to close this case. He's got a strong grip. Strong enough to crush a steel door. This must be the entrance to the Smarty Pants scientist's lab.
Portal time. Do-do-do-do. We're back in here again. Hey. Come on here. Like, there's a lot of quality of life changes to this game that actually seem better. Like, I mean the town's smaller made it to where you're definitely not missing deadlines as much. But then obviously they just kind of screwed that over too by having it to where the time also doesn't move fast at all, so you basically complete almost everything in one day, except for obviously the stuff that the game forces you to wait till like another day to solve. Like, this stuff only does this on Mondays. Oh no, you need to wait till nighttime. It's like, okay, well I was trying to traditionally wait for nighttime, but like, I couldn't. No matter how much grinding or bonus stuff I did, or exploring town I did, I had to always resort to using the time pass feature. I mean, in some cases that kind of happened in the other game. But in the same case, like, only certain times did that have to happen. Like, it was usually not, like, a huge issue that I had to basically sit there and skip time forward. Because usually I could go do something else. And either the trip there took long enough, or either the trip there took long enough that I was able to basically be there by the time I needed to be, or if that wasn't the case, like, even if I got there late, or if I got there early. Well, usually if I got there early, that'd be like the one time I used the time pass feature, and I could just use one cigarette to basically pass time as long as I wanted. You couldn't use the cigarette all the time though, because you needed to sleep. This game literally lets you sleep outside. Sure, it makes it so you don't have to rely on going back to the hotel all the time. You want to know something? You can fast travel in this game. This game gives you fast travel, so it's not, that's not even an issue. Like, oh, I think fast travel was a thing in the other game. Actually, I almost forgot. Fast travel was something you could do in the other game. But you had to unlock it. You had to unlock it by actually doing a sub-quest. Because a lot of the things you needed were unlocked via the sub-quest. The problem with that game, though, is you didn't really need to do the sub-quest to beat the game either. But a lot of quality of life bonuses were gotten by completing the sub-quest. Like fast travel with with the help of George. Or okay, I was wondering that for a second because it wouldn't let me gun. I was like, why are you not letting me gun? I need to gun right now. Oh, you already missed. No. Alright, but anyway, alright.
I'll show you.
I feel weird when the enemies have like what feel like that. Oh, I also remember, now I just randomly remembered, like Francis George Morgan is always going, nice shot, nice, nice. Each time you hit a critical in that one, you hit the zombies in the head. That ones were actually way more threatening in the first game. Like, no contest. Like, I think, like, I wouldn't have minded the stat improvements and the one gun situation and even the spirit gun situation if, like, the enemies were a challenge of any kind. Like, any of these enemies could almost have as much health as York, and that would make this game more balanced. Like, even at, like, York maximum for the regular enemies. And the boss, give them, like, 5 times the health they have right now. Just to even be an issue. Oh, what, am I gonna run out of bullets? Oh, wait, the game gives me 50,000 bullets a second. Or, you don't want bullets to be an issue? Don't have bullets be an issue. That's also an option. You don't want the player to deal with micromanaging on that aspect of bullets. That's why you give them 5 billion bullets. Well, then just don't give them bullets. Don't have bullets be a thing. Taser fires from a battery that recharges itself. Boom. It's not a rubber bullet gun. It's a taser. And it has a self-recharging battery that needs to be refilled every so often. Or you have to charge it by hand. Thinking of freaking No More Heroes on that part, where you have the weapon that basically needs to be recharged every so often. That's basically electric based. I mean, there's that option. Hunger and sleep barely play into any roles. Except for obviously if you're wasting time. But again, time doesn't pass that fast. Time's not passing at all right now. I don't think. Or if it is, it's still so slow that... I want to keep that in mind. It's 9:18 right now. I want to... Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. I might be screwed. If I'm screwed... Okay, wow. I might be screwed. This is bullshit. Alright.
Dude, this pendulum has a snake on it. Look.
Neat.
It's cute.
It's neat. Can I psychic shot, or is that going to... Does that have a chance of... Okay, I can psychic shot, so I might have to release my copy. Oh, no, okay. There's 2 very much successful psychic shots. Or... like, spirit shotguns. Alright, so now I need a random anti-gnome to pop out. Or if it don't, I just need to get to the end of the dungeon. Oh, well... Oh, okay. Good. I'm not going to the final boss with that fucking anti-gnome. Like, gnome is like the worst thing. I don't even care about poison. I have so much. I have 2 antidotes, and I have like so much.
It's 116.
It is. Good boost. So 2 I have. Oh, okay. I think I have. Those 2 I have equipped. Okay, I have that one and that one. And I have. Oh, I had a normal power that was actually updated. Oh. Oh, I know where my normal power is. I need to go. Oh, I had to hit down here. Okay. Let's see what freeze 2 does. Wait. Alright. I don't have one of these at a time. Okay. Which one is which? Okay. So then I'm still at 2.
I want to go. Wait. Fuck, how am I gonna get water? I'm dying.
Now both of these are both at 2. So there's that. I'm gonna go downstairs to make some water.
Wait, you've not even put water in the refrigerator?
There's water in the refrigerator. It's just, you might, if you pour yourself more, you can. It's probably done by now. Okay. So I got my guns now. Both of these have 2 dashes. So that's good. This one's ice gun. So we're both going to be doing 75 damage now. There's a single enemy left because I wanted to see what this ice did before I pop into the final boss room. Well, if it's like anything like the last 2 boss rooms, there's like the enemy wave that's going to pop up first. Let's save. So I can test it on them before I just annihilate the boss in 5 seconds. Unless this boss makes it impossible for me to annihilate them in 5 seconds. Which, oh my goodness. I mean, these bosses look like they're trying to be Mega Man Legends bosses, but like they forgot to make them Mega Man Legends bosses by giving them a shit ton of health that actually reflect how much damage I'm doing. Another thing they could have done is basically give them like, make the gun to do like, I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna fucking... How long you been recording?
56 minutes right now. I think we just look at this. We literally just, we did that whole dungeon just to walk like 3 steps. It makes all the sense, I'm sure.
That's stupid.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh, there's that dude.
Yep, the dude we were just talking about.
Avery Smith. After all this time, I found my way back to you. Back to the truth about just how special Lise was to you. They mentioned you so many times. Mrs. Carpenter, Alexis. But I didn't catch on. I completely glossed over the monstrous karma you've accumulated. You met the goddess together with Professor R's red soul. And you obeyed them, just as the goddess ordered. But then, the goddess died. You lost everything, and you went out of control. So, Professor R decided to give you something special. Lisa's body. You didn't steal the body. She gave it to you, didn't she?
They stole Lise, my goddess. No goddess. No Lise. So sad. Hate being alone. Makes me sad. I'm Trisha. Patricia. Yup. I still got Patricia. Lise and Patricia. So like I ain't alone. Yeah.
Yup.
The goddess is still with me.
Okay. Glad you changed your mind up that quick. It's like, well, if I can't get Lisa, if I can have Lisa, I'll take Patricia. Good job. Like,
Where's Patricia? It's not too late for you, Avery. Turn yourself in. Stop now, and I'll even testify for you. That's right. It's not your fault.
Not my fault.
Yes. You were just being used.
I was used. No. No one used me. I'm the guardian. I gotta protect the goddess. She's mine.
Yay!
You're weak.
Okay, I'm gonna go and first I'm gonna go play.
I'm strong.
wow, Freeze 2 does a lot of damage.
Patricia's my new goddess. My new lease.
Dude, without even trying, I've already got him half health.
That's stupid.
Remember how hard George was?
Yes!
How much of a pain in the ass you hit him in the back was the only way to do damage to him?
I remember that motherfucker!
Remember how hard even Timothy, how hard he was? And how cool of a fight he was where he was using the fucking, gears and shit to attack you?
You just defeated him with no fucking problem.
Yeah, he barely hit me once.
So I don't know.
I'm hoping he's not the final boss because that was pathetic. Well, there's older Patricia.
Patricia?
Who the fuck's Patricia?
The little girl that was following you the entire game.
Why does she have blonde hair?
I'm wondering the same question right now. Let's be fair. Let's be real here. I'm kind of.
So you mean the girl that I shot?
Yes.
Oh shit. She did die.
That bullet wound never was recovered. She can never recover from the bullet wound. Oh, Joy. This shit again.
What the fuck?
Alright.
Avery. So that's your new altar. Sorry, but that religion won't last much longer. Trisha's coming with me.
Even his hand looks stupid, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I'm supposed to get your little thing? Oh, I guess I'll do it someday. I'll just drain your health with these 9 hits.
Oh shit. Only 75 damage?
Sheesh. Freaking Tatum in my game can do way more damage than that shit. In my story can do way more damage than that shit. Come on. You're a giant. You have a huge strength set. I'm gonna murder you without even hitting your weak spot.
That ain't fair!
Am I supposed to do something? Like, I feel like I'm missing a part of this fight. Ow. I feel like I'm supposed to hit the thing he's holding. You know what I'm saying? He's gotta move his hand. There it goes.
That was stupid.
Hurts. Owie.
The funny part is I could have just killed him by just doing nick damage to him the entire time.
Stop it.
I could have just done nick damage to him the whole time and it would have killed him eventually. And I would have had plenty of bullets to do so. You were definitely not as hard as the final boss of the other game, if you're really the final boss.
Please tell me that's not the final boss. Please fucking tell me that's not the final fucking boss.
Save Patricia.
Why are you walking so fucking slow?
I don't know, it's a cutscene. It's a slightly playable cutscene.
Patricia, you've become such a beautiful young woman.
What the fuck?
What?
His hand was black. Oh, never mind.
Uh-oh. No, you're okay.
And he dies.
And he dies. Yeah, I'm thinking the same shit.
This is the most stupidest ending. I'm sorry. Oh my god. That looks so fucking fake.
Why are you here? I didn't ask you to come here. What do you think you're doing?
I'm...
Trying to act like some big hero?
No.
You never change. Always butting into people's problems. You wouldn't even let me die back then.
What?
Do you know how much pain I had to suffer because of you? Thanks to you, I had to live out 14 more years in hell.
But...
Who do you think you are anyway? You should have just let me die.
I could never do that. I could never just stand there and let you die. Never. Never.
Well, you should have.
But...
You should have just let me die. Just like you did with all the others. You let them all die.
Stop. Stop it.
No, I
What
won't.
do you think?
You
I've not
built up
watched
such
it
a
yet.
towering mountain of corpses.
No.
Yes, you did. You're possessed by death.
No. I'm not. I
Oh,
did it
God.
for the sake of justice.
Is that why you let her die? For the sake of justice?
Don't say it. Please. Whatever you do, just don't say her name.
I'm joking.
Emily. Why?
No!
Emily. Why?
Damn
I
it.
love it how your eyes opened to Skyrim graphics.
Mm-hmm.
Yet I survived. I lived on to accomplish nothing. Damn it, York. Please. Just Take me.
So my birthday is on Saturday.
Take me
Oh,
to the
okay.
other side.
Okay. Yay, birthday.
Yay, not being able to see TV.
York?
No, I want to watch this. What the fuck?
Zach?
It's that guy.
Oh, don't give me that look, Zach.
Even the animations in this look like they suck.
But I can still save you. I could even take you over to the other side, if that's what you really want. Come on, give me your hand, old buddy. I'll lead you to where you need to go. Just like a lighthouse that guides ships through the dark, abyssal night.
Really don't wanna. But I guess I have no choice here.
Then why even have the choice?
I know.
Sleepy woman.
Just a little bit.
Right? Tree! Thing.
Oh no, that looks cool.
It does. Just a little bit.
Mouth.
Uh-oh. I think.
Just like freaking mouth!
Oh, welcome, Zach, to the Red World. You've become such a fine monster. Lena and George could never hold a candle to you. They really disappointed me, especially Lena. I can't believe she actually.
This is
tried
kind
to
of
help
stupid though.
very end.
Mm-hmm.
See, my plan was to have Patricia die, then let Candy and Melvin survive. The goddess of fertility and her puppy, the Great King, working together to turn the entire South into the Red Kingdom. Yet right at the last minute, who appeared but York? That little rat. He saved Patricia. Then both the goddess of fertility and the Great King died. That pathetic little girl she left behind made all my hard work go to waste. But Zach, I see now that you were
It's
well
lap. I
worth
don't know
all
why
the years
lap.
of hard work I put into you.
Can't really move. I don't know why it says I could do stuff with the left stick when it really couldn't.
Stop right there! Is that you, Morgan? Don't move another muscle. Francis Zach Morgan, your story, your reasoning, I accept most of it. So just put your hands down and give it up. I'll take it from here.
Hey, she ain't half bad. She can't see this world, but she still managed to find her way here using nothing but her nose. She's like a genius pianist who can play Chopin without looking at any sheet music. She's got potential. Isn't that right, Zach? Ooh, I just got a nugget of an idea. I know the perfect way to use her.
What the hell is going on?
Sit on the bed too.
Intake. What the heck? Whoa. I have a timer. Why do I have a timer? Okay. I'm in a time limit now. Alright. That one.
Smells so.
I would pay more attention to all this, but the timer. Am I supposed to look at catwalk? Okay, catwalk's not important. Okay. So
How
this,
do you tell if it's important?
I don't have any more, but they were glowing red. They were glowing red when I used my concentration mode. Shoot my hand, look at Leah. Inspection complete. Did it. One for the time limit there.
Stop! Get away from her!
No!
Can she see what Zach's become, or what? That's my question.
Oh.
You're Zach? Special Agent Zach? You came to save me, didn't you?
Hey, Patricia. You've grown so much. Did you change your hair color? It looks great on you. Good. Good. Looks like I made it.
Zach!
Patricia. I don't have much time left. I'm just glad I got to see how much you've grown before it all ends.
What are you saying? Don't be stupid.
Don't worry. When I die, so will this tragedy. I always knew it would. He and I are two sides of the same coin. We've always been one in the same. If I disappear, so will he. You don't need to worry. Patricia, you can be happy now.
No, you're not allowed to do that. The contract's still in effect. Here, look at this. Was this all a big lie? I promised to protect you from all the evil in our world. You need to uphold the contract. Zach, you saved my life. You're the only reason I'm alive right now. That one time, when I wouldn't stop crying, remember what you said? Our world is filled with pain. Evil, violence, betrayal, jealousy, lies. Unseen despair is always waiting for a chance to paralyze us. Sometimes you might feel like you'd be better off dead. But you can't give up. Never forget. Your life is your own. Those words freed me from the chains of my
That's
destiny.
a long quote to
If it weren't for
memorize.
you, I would have died a long
After
time
only hearing
ago.
it once.
Please, Zach, I still need this contract. Please keep protecting me.
Morgan! Get away from her!
Wait, you're misunderstanding.
Get away before I count to 3, or I'll shoot! 1!
No! Listen to me!
Patricia!
It can't be. Is this a miracle? Oh, God. I don't even know what to say. You've become quite the crybaby since I last saw you, Zach. Hi there. Good to see you again, Patty.
Who are you?
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Agent York? You're with the FBI? Just like Zach?
Yes, that's right. I'm Zach, and Zach is me.
I think everybody is right now.
Why does he look like a fucking zombie?
I feel like I've
Good
always
cancer.
known about you two. Just what are you?
We're your old friends, Patty. Now and forever.
Francis Zach Morgan, Francis York Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. They turned into a girl.
Fusion, huh?
Aim carefully.
That makes no fucking sense.
I'm warning you.
Aim carefully, sister.
I'm warning you.
Okay, you're making it really easy to hit you. Just letting you know that.
So I'll shoot you.
Aim carefully.
Patricia Clarkson, I'm here to save you.
Ow. Well, that's easy.
Poison Club.
Aim carefully.
That didn't even do that much damage.
No. Maybe we'll have some antidotes. Oh no, I am the injured. Whatever am I going to do?
I'm warning you.
Beat the shit out of him with super shot.
You are the suspect, Morgan. You're on death row, and it's time for your execution.
I want to be careful with this move, buddy. That almost kills you. Right in the nuts. Finish shot right in the nuts.
It looked like chest, but okay.
Okay, well, it was. I promised to protect. It's the contract. That's what I'm using the block with.
He was way harder in the first one.
Oh, he was. You know, with the fact he had like 3 forms. Okay. Alright. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Got it. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Oh, that's
uh-huh.
hurting my brain.
It's like, uh-huh. Yep. Mm-hmm.
This game seems like it should be called Unnecessary Visuals the Game. Or Unnecessary Cutscenes the Game, or some shit like that.
Hmm. Okay. You died again for the second time. Good job.
Eyeball.
You also kind of died the first game, so...
Zach! Hey, Zach! Wake up! Zach! No! You can't die here! Please, Zach! York, please! Save Zach! I know you can save him!
Death is inevitable, Patricia. It descends upon us all equally. All life dies in the end, and no one can change that.
But we're finally together again! This isn't fair! Come on! Fulfill the contract!
Sorry, but this is an extenuating circumstance.
Then sign a new one with me! This contract isn't valid anymore. Now, I'm going to protect you from all the evil in the world. And I plan on keeping my promise. So you're not allowed to die before I do. Go on. Sign the contract! Come on, sign it! Now!
Are you sure you're prepared for everything that entails? You can only break the rules once.
He's touching her third eye.
He is.
No, it's her forehead.
That's where the third eye
Yeah.
Why isn't it called
Listen
a
to me,
three-head,
Patricia.
though?
When
If it's where
Zach
your third
wakes up,
eye
I
is,
want
then
you
why
to
is
tell
it a
him so.
forehead?
This is our final farewell.
Because your third eye is
so
usually
much.
right here.
But, like,
For all those
your
years, you
third
never
eye is
forgot
on your
everything.
forehead.
It's been so long since we've seen
I
each other.
think Katie's just making a...
I know you always kept
pun.
me in your heart.
I'm talking about the fact
It's
that
what kept
numbers
me
are dumb.
alive. I owe it all to you, Zach. Thank you. And goodbye.
Me. Well, Avery looks normal now. I was hoping to actually play as her at some point as an actual playable character. Because you start the game as her.
Thank you. Thank you, York. Thank you. Thank you.
He who fights with monsters should see to it that he himself does not become a monster. And if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you.
His mouth is moving.
I do that every so often because the thing wants to... Like,
That's stupid.
I know it's playing a cutscene, and it's like, I'm not going to obviously have control of the game. It's like, don't be trying to go to sleep on me while I'm watching a cutscene. Okay, so... So now what actually happens here?
Much blood was shed, and many precious lives were lost. Avery Smith was indicted on 11 charges, including kidnapping Patricia Clarkson, illegally disposing of Lise Clarkson's corpse, and distributing the illegal substance known as Sang Rouge. He's currently serving a term of 381 years at a state prison in Angola, Louisiana.
Oh, this is Lisa's funeral
His
because her
first
body's
possible
finally been
scheduled
found.
review
It's
for
gonna be
parole
properly
could
buried.
happen in 127
Okay.
years at the earliest. Aaliyah Davis's assistance in solving the case was officially acknowledged, and she was transferred to the DC HQ. Thanks to Boston Chief Robert Abraham's support, she was officially allowed to join the Sang Rouge Investigative Task Force.
Woot.
Later, it was reported that her younger brother began to show small signs of recovery from his addiction.
Good.
Simon Jones was finally freed from his mission to monitor a certain ex-agent and returned to the Boston branch. He was given a brand new computer and put back on data analysis, but never worked another big case. Instead, he spends most of his time at the office doing Sudoku.
Good for him.
And so, after 14 long years, the curtain on this gruesome case was finally closed.
You know, it barely
Curry
even
still
tied into
suffers
the
from
first one
aftermath
at
of
all.
The plan set into motion by Professor R, aka Helena Doman. She was clearly smart enough to restore the Clarksons' empire on her own, yet she never tried to. The true reason behind her tragic downfall remains shrouded in mystery. A person's life can be greatly affected by the tiniest of anomalies, such as buttoning the wrong shirt button. Just like how this genius, who once inspired great expectations,
Okay.
went on to become infamous as one of the South's most inhuman criminals. And now, after a very long time, life is finally starting to return to Lucari.
Okay, so what happens to us now? Oh, cool.
You don't fucking know.
Yeah, I guess we'll never know.
That's stupid. No. Oh.
Yeah, no.
That was the most stupidest shit ever.
I don't know why you turned the light off.
Because the fucking lights fucking... I don't
As soon as this credit scene's over, I gotta get to the part where I do face cam again. Okay, I understand. As for instance, Zach and York Morgan. Yay! I mean, he did a good job, but the person
shit.
voice acting him did a good job. Just to say, I mean,
It was stupid. The game was stupid.
yeah. It's not as good as the first one. I got this hoping that it'd be something.
You paid up the ass for a game that sucks ass.
Why are some of these letters red?
Zearson seed is... I don't fucking know because it spells jack shit.
Awesome. Oh, well. I see it because of David, that one person being like the same person 3 times. But anyway, okay, overall thoughts about this game. From my perspective, as a person who played it the whole time. Stop going to sleep. I'm not gonna change.
Why the fuck is it going to sleep?
Trying to. It's like, did we go in power save mode? We're just like darkening a little bit. It's like, okay, whatever. Anyway.
But no, why the fuck does it do that?
Because it's probably a setting on there to actually like dim and then go to
Then
sleep.
why the fuck is it a setting on there? Because when you're fucking playing a game, why the fuck...
You're trying to save electricity bill, I guess. Like, try to save your electricity bill and try to save screen damage. But whatever. Anyway, back to the actual thing. My actual thoughts on this game. my actual thought on this game is, at first, I didn't mind, like, some of the ways the game was technically set up. Like, at first it's like, okay, you can make a lot of stuff happen in a small city. Okay. You can. I mean, it's not that hard to make a lot of stuff happen in a small environment. A big environment does not necessarily mean it's going to be better and vice versa. A smaller environment means it's going to be worse. I mean, you can have a pretty in-depth game, and technically, the story for this game was alright. But, like, except for, like, how they wanted to finish this, because, like, okay, we're just going to kind of let Zach live, I guess. Even though he was dying of cancer. You start the entire game playing as somebody who has potential. You're playing as somebody that has potential to basically be, or at the start of the game, you're playing as somebody that has the potential to have the power that York does. But, like,
The game is stupid.
the bosses weren't even a challenge.
Okay.
Like, that's one thing. Like, I didn't even, like, struggle at all for any of the game. And I just beat it. Like, there was no struggle. And I didn't even have maxed out gun. My normal gun wasn't even maxed out, but I had, like, no trouble. So that's one thing.
Okay.
Two, the final, like, this game doesn't compare to the original.
Toilet paper.
Because,
there's no toilet paper.
yeah, I tried to tell you, I didn't need more toilet paper, and it was like, yeah, I just kind of forgot after the thing, but I tried to tell you, you needed more toilet paper while you were sitting there. Anyway, but then, basically, like, this game does not compare to the first one. Even though, like, I mean, like I was trying to say, you don't necessarily have a bigger location, but the first one did have a bigger location. The town was bigger.
What was the final boss?
The final boss was a mix of this one dude that became a giant for like a half minute.
A half minute?
Yeah, because I killed him in like record time. Even though he had like a special weak point you were supposed to shoot, you can do chip damage. And I could have killed him with chip damage alone. But I hit him in his weak spot like twice, draining like so much of his health. I could have killed him with chip damage alone. I didn't even have to hit him in his weak spot. And then the actual final boss was a fight against the villain from the first game, who was trying to hide behind it.
Which was dead in the first game.
I stole this from Professor R's lab.
I figured you would.
I've read through it dozens of times, but it still doesn't make sense to me. I mean, at some point her plan started to collapse, right? Otherwise, I probably would have been killed early
It's
on.
on the
But here
cutscene.
I am, alive and breathing.
Patricia and Zach Morgan are talking via video chat.
Been arrested too. Not only that, but now I have a brand new life waiting for me as heir to the Clarkson Empire. Both Lucare and the Clarkson's industries are finally showing signs of recovering. It's just hard for me to believe that this all went according to her plan.
Yes, I understand how you feel. No matter how you look at it, things couldn't possibly have ended up perfectly in accordance with her plan.
How can you be sure of that?
You earned a new life for yourself through the effort you put into it. It definitely wasn't something that Lena gave to you. You made this life possible. You didn't do it all on your own.
Stop!
You were only
That's
able to
fucking
come this
annoying.
far thanks to
It
everyone
is.
who supported you along the way. Did anyone really believe that Lena was the one who orchestrated all this?
How is he alive?
I'm positive. All
Because
the people
York
you've met
saved
thus
him at the
far,
end.
and all the things you've experienced.
How can a
created
person who doesn't
the person
exist
you are
save
now.
someone?
Lena's just one of those people, and nothing more.
You really think so?
Still, York and I both fell for that message of hers. Maybe her plan really is still moving forward after all.
Stop joking around. I'm seriously concerned about this.
Sorry, Patty.
What am I going to do with you, Zach?
By the way, did you change your hair color back in order to signify some important decision you made?
Yeah, I guess I did. After losing everything, I finally found my true self. So I've decided to accept everything that comes to me from this point on.
I think that color looks great on you.
Why is there a chat?
With what looks like him in York. What?
I'll never give up. I'm
That
determined
makes
to
no
overcome my
sense.
cursed blood, whatever it takes.
And you will.
You asked
That's
too
why
many
York
questions.
chose you to be his assistant, you know. He always knew you had it in you.
Wow, he really thought that highly of me? Suddenly I feel really motivated now. This is crazy. I don't even know what I should get started with first.
Now that's the Patricia Clarkson I know.
Oh, I got it. I want to go and get one of Alexis's chocolate sundaes.
Not a bad idea. They are to die for.
Yeah, they're like the deadly premonition of ice cream. Well, so long, Zach. I'll come visit you next summer. Louisiana summers are just too hot for me to handle.
You're always welcome here. Bye now.
That makes no sense.
I can't even read the chat from here. So,
Okay. I was actually in the game.
it's actually dark.
Feels like today is going to be another wonderful day. Now, time for some coffee. No matter what the plan is, coffee should always come first. Isn't that right, Emily?
Was that the fairies Emily this whole time? The first game. You gone? What are you doing, bowling? You're a spiritual figure. How are you bowling?
Spiritual figures can bowl.
I guess so. I'm pretty sure spiritual figures might be able to save your life in certain situations too.
Okay, nothing was said about Zach being a ghost.
Or York being a ghost or like a spirit.
Yeah.
There was something that came to,
That's the only thing that makes sense, is that. And then, not the whole fucking other thing that was, like, being said.
Raw. I was gonna get to fight that as a boss. That's how I wanted to play as the other character, because that would have been a fun boss too, for like 5 seconds until I killed it. But I can save the game. Now what? Yeah, beat the game and got a happy little family, a happy little picture.
Because honestly, it makes no sense on how he was talking to York through chat.
Nope. Well, let's continue the game and see what happens. 'Cause now I'm actually just extremely curious. Oh, the red. No. The tree don't look as red as it used to.
It's black.
Yeah.
Is this the beginning?
Hold on. I'll tell you in a minute. It's the beginning. I mean, it might be. So it might just be loading up like New Game Plus equivalent. I'll tell you in a minute. Yeah, I'm feeling this is the beginning. So this New Game Plus equivalent at this point. Are we done? This sort of just loads up New Game Plus. Yeah.
Was she in Bassie?
Yeah, she was murdered like that. She was getting chopped while she was still conscious.
Ooh.
Yeah, she was getting chopped up like that. Like that. 88 hours later, yep. This is how the game starts.
God damn
So
it.
you
Way
start
to start the new year.
literally
At this rate, I'll be dead by Easter.
as this lady. Also, you
Quiet
cannot move
down,
backwards,
Agent
which was
Jones.
weird when
You're
I
on the
first
clock.
played this.
Quiet down. Ha! You have any idea what you've done? I'd be half naked in Havana right now if you had soaking up some
You only
rays,
play her as
surrounded
her
by a
for these
harem
bits,
of
but then
bikini
basically the
queens,
roles
a
go back
mojito in
to
one hand, and a seafood slab of
Morgan
Havana
actually plays
style
through the game,
pizza in the
plays
other.
the final boss. You don't even play as this person.
Does God hate me?
No.
Why are you
The
going
regional
so
bureau
fast?
chief merely issued
Because
a
if I go
special
too
order.
fast, I actually miss this cutscene.
Oh,
Because I did that last
yeah.
time.
How could I forget? A
Is that
special
why you've
order
not got
robbed
out
me
of
my
it?
well-deserved vacation.
Mm-hmm.
You want pizza? I'll buy you some pizza. You can find that junk anywhere.
Whoa! Hey!
Technically, me actually re-watching this cutscene just to see what the rest of this cutscene is technically just,
Is a sacred.
yeah. It's just me basically closing this out by re-watching this cutscene I missed at the very fucking beginning of the game.
This is sheer blasphemy.
Apologize to who? Pizza or God?
Ha ha! You think you're so clever. Maybe if you'd eaten pizza this morning like a decent person, you wouldn't have cut your finger.
I only cut my finger because I couldn't find a left-handed can opener at the hotel. Normally, I would never make such an amateur mistake.
Oh, really? Well, if you want me to get into gear, then just feed me some pizza, okay?
We must act unfaithfully and abandon our ideals again and again. We cannot advance from one period of life into another without causing these pains of treachery.
Nietzsche, again, please spare me before my ears start to bleed. Ever since the moment you got here, it's been nothing but Nietzsche quotes.
The worst enemy you can meet will always be yourself.
I said knock it off. I prefer pizza to philosophy. Want me to dial the number for you?
Come on, Agent Jones. It's time to get serious. Your 4.5 years of hard work are finally about to pay off, and all you're focused on is this nonsense?
Pizza isn't nonsense.
Quiet.
As you wish, Mother. My lips are sealed. Happy now.
Okay, you need to come and get the pillow out of the room.
I already got the pillow. I just need to get to my bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is how this whole thing plays out. You just move forward. Even if you get down, it still moves forward. And this is this.
Okay, I really
Agent Jones.
don't.
Don't
Yeah,
even tell
I-
me
I'm
this
just,
conversation.
I'm good with this game.
Yeah, I am too. We're done. I might randomly see if there's anything new after this, but other than that, I think the playthrough is done here. Anyway. Switching over to camera mode. It's dark. Anyway. Thank you all for watching.
I don't think you can even see me. You can probably, yeah, you can just see my arm.
Yep, just your arm.
Hello.
Yes, the arm dance. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this series. I'm still probably going to use this game for probably something in the one chapter, but other than that, it's like this game was kind of like not that great. It was alright, but like probably about 4 or 5 or 6 out of 10 for me overall. Probably less, like probably 4. I'd probably put it in the lower category of that.
I was gonna say 4.
Yeah, because it's not as good. I mean, even like as a sequel, it didn't even do half the stuff that the original did. Therefore, it didn't expand on anything because it didn't do half the stuff the original did. It completely changed itself, which sometimes it's not a bad thing. Even as a standalone game, though, without the sequel behind, without the original, without being even if it wasn't a sequel, as a standalone game, it was still kind of terrible because the boss fights were all pathetic. I mean, that's just a personal problem with me. I love boss fights. The dungeons were all the same place. A house maze. 3 times. There's only 3 dungeons for this game. There's only 3 real levels. I mean, sure, a lot of games you really don't have to have that many levels, but I mean, at the same time, like, usually if you're, I mean, the original game, again, even though it's like, the original game, just to re-bring back to that for a second, had like 10, 12 dungeons that you went through. This one only had 3, plus a couple scenes in the middle. But, I mean, again, most of it's about town exploration. This one did town exploration a lot more in depth. Tried to make the town more alive, even though it was really small. But really, you really didn't, because, like, the first game was, like, a small town that was really spread out from itself. Basically, like, a chunk of the stuff was in one spot, but, like, half of the other stuff was, like, in a completely different spot, and you kind of, like, go these long drives to get from one spot to the town to another. And that was, like, the thing with that one. This one kind of was like, okay, well, let's not worry about that. Let's have all the spaces here. But then they forgot to kind of add, like, all the places, because you only go to, like, a small handful of places. You don't even go into any of the houses. In the other game, you at least went into Anne's house. You at least went into a couple places like that. You don't get to talk to many of the people. Technically, there's not much going on with, like, solving the case happening outside of the game, outside of the main story. Like, in the other one, there's actually, like, side plots and stuff you could do where you actually tried to, as you were, like, by doing the side quest, you slowly unraveled part of the mystery as it continued. You didn't have to do it, because all you had to do was kind of just do the main parts. But if you did the side quest, you kind of unraveled more of the mystery around the town, as well as unlock quality of life things improving, like better cars, better guns, better weapons, all types of good shit. Or the ability to do fast travel with George. Because I remember that you could call him up on the radio and he'd fast travel you to different places. It was actually very convenient. Something I never noticed on my first run, but technically on one of my later runs I noticed it. Saves a lot of time. It basically, I think, instant teleports you just like the Wyvern does. Wyvern was useful, but you didn't really do anything to unlock it. You didn't really do anything to do anything. And then you just get the... Like, this game... Like, the character feels bad for basically going around pulling tails off of that, but that's an entire game mechanic because you have to collect the materials for the stupid dolls. Or the little chains, which would be cool. I know, but I'm trying to finish a review here, like a micro review. So, in the end, kind of like, and then at the end of the day, I may have been in danger health wise if I didn't have the health plus. Like, as a stupid thing, I'd almost want to see if I could just go through this with like go through the main levels or go through most of this game with like none of the dolls. I bet you I could. It doesn't seem that hard. Like, sure, the bosses near the end would be a little bit harder because, yeah, like, they have a lot of health, but I'll probably have a lot of bullets. Or if I don't, I'll be sure to pack a lot of bullets. I have all that money, I could just spam on bullets, so I always have to make sure to at least have, like, 300 in my inventory at a given time. And bandages, because, again, you could buy those too, so... Not like that would be a big issue. Just remove, like, basically for the day parts, have all the food in there. For the night parts or for the dungeon parts do that. And then at the same time that would almost take away like every reason you'd grind the materials, every reason you'd be doing the side quests, every reason you'd be doing the side activities at all, because all they give you is dolls, chains, incense, and the talismans. That's all they give you to build up, but you're building up to nothing because the enemies are not strong enough to warrant being built up. At least in the other game, the fucking enemies did not want to die. These enemies die if you breathe on them. So, yeah, there's issues there. This game, not the worst I've played. Competently, like, in some cases, decently designed. Quality of life changes were made that were actually better. Like, basically making the quest more fluent and more, like, there. Like, having the list of missions there, having them available, having them be, checkable like that. Good stuff. But, at the end of the day, not that great. I'd probably rank the other one, the original, probably like a 6. Not the best either. There's a bunch of clunk to it. This game fixed a lot of the clunk, but then forgot to add the meat and potatoes to the game. Like they have the side activities. The side activities are easier to access, easier to do. I don't know about easier to find because I missed like half of them. I think some of them aren't even in the guide. Like I checked the guide and the guide's missing some numbers of quests. I'm like, what the fuck? When I was looking at the guide just to see how much stuff there was, just to have curiosity. When I was just at one point when I said I just seen how much longer I had left in the game, just out of a curiosity, and it's like, oh, I'm on episode 3 of 4, and I was like, oh. But anyway, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check the links down in the description. Check out my Discord. From this point of the video I'm making, which is on a Sunday, going into February, that's when I'm making this. At this point, I'm probably making a Patreon. By the time you see this, the link's probably down in the description. I would hope. If it's not there, I don't know what the heck will happen, but be sure to check that out if you want to support me. From here on out, I will hopefully be doing. There should be another game being uploaded at the same time as this one because I'll probably record something else and try to upload either alternate or just that, so that way it does not all just Deadly Premonition. Maybe try to upload like twice a day. Like once in the morning, since this upload speed's so good that I can actually upload multiple things in a day. Like that, like no problem. Like upload something in the morning, upload something at night. It's like I've been doing. Or like basically I've been uploading at night, but upload something in the morning too, like when I wake up.
Finish up.
Huh?
You're rambling. Finish up.
Rambles! I'm good at that.
I know. Fucking.
Alright, fine, I'll end the video. Well, thanks for watching. Boop. Boop you. Finale boop. We beat a game. Hit the boop. Game clearing boop.